In today's class, I am going to explain how to guess a randomly generated number. Okay, in Python, we will try to write the code for a randomly to guess a randomly generated number. Okay, randomly generated number means a number will be generated randomly within a range. Suppose if you provide a range of numbers, means 1 to 25, it is a range of numbers. Within that, one random number will be generated. Okay, that will be stored in a variable. So now we need to guess that number which is stored in a variable. Okay, randomly generated, we need to guess. So until unless you will not guess the right number, so continuously loop to be run. Okay, this. So now I'm going to write the code here. First of all, question task is what? Write code in Python. Write code, write a program. Okay, in Python to guess the correct randomly generated number. Okay, randomly generated number. This is the task. Okay, write a program in Python to guess the correct randomly generated number. Okay. Now let us write the code like this. Both lines commented here. Third line is also commented. If you don't want to comment every single line, you can keep triple quote. Suppose if you want to comment multiple lines, triple quote in front of that and end of the how many lines you want to comment. These 3 lines, multiple. These are called to comment multiple lines. Triple quotes will be used. Then after, now as per our question, write a program in Python to guess the correct randomly generated number. So first of all, we need to import a module. Module name is called random. This module I am commenting here, module. Random is a module. Import means in C++, initially we will write include. Include means if I want to include any library, okay, there in C++ they are called libraries. Okay, in Java it is called package. In Python it is called module, package. They have libraries. Okay, libraries have so many functions, built-in functions, predefined built-in functions. We can use them for our coding. Okay. So random is a module here. It has libraries, and within the libraries functions are there. Every function will be stored as a file, so we can access them. So now write the code. First of all, a number that is to be generated. Okay, random, we will use function of random, randint function. Randint function always have, it must have brackets. Okay, so every function of module will be accessed with the dot operator. So without, if you write without dot operator, it will give error. Dot operator must be there. Inside of this function brackets, we need to give range within, suppose 50. So within this numbers range, a random number will be generated randomly. Randomly means any number. It generates, it will choose any one number. So now generated number will be stored. You create a variable, keep any name xyz. Suppose I have kept rand, otherwise xyz, your name, my name, but suitable name we need to keep for the variables. Rand is what? a variable which will store the randomly generated number by this randint function of random module. Otherwise you write rand number. Okay, rand number. Otherwise simply you write rand, otherwise capital rand as per your choice. Rand means capital. It is a variable which will store randomly generated number as per you. Now one number you need to guess. Initially one variable to create guess is equal to, suppose 0 means, 0 means initially I have not guessed anything. Okay, initially my guess is 0, I have not guessed anything. Now we need to use a loop here. We have studied so many loops: for loop, while loop. For loop, I told you that many times. For loop will be used whenever we are confirmed that how many times the loop to be rotated, loop to be run. For fixed, that is called iterations. Fixed iteration means journey, looping, travel. Okay, so everything is same. So for every iteration, if fixed iterations are there, for loop will be used. If our iterations means rotations not confirmed, uncertain, then while loop will be used. So means until a condition is not satisfied, loop continuously run. So here we will take while loop. While condition is what? Your guess is not equal to, okay, rand. Means your guess is not equal to rand. Means whatever the number you are guessing, until it is not equal to rand. The rand is a variable which stores randomly generated number. Okay, loop will rotate, loop run. Now ask the user, take user input, ask the user to enter guess number. Enter guess number, whatever you are guessing, guess number. So see, in the previous classes we have discussed that enter guess number, it is a string. Okay, that will be displayed in front of the user, okay, to guess a number. That is a string. So whenever he feeds a number, that result will be, if you enter a integer number, but it will be stored as a string. So to convert the string, we need to use some function. We have studied int function. That int function will be used here. What purpose? To convert that input function, output will be string. So that string will be converted into integer by int function. Now that is to be stored in a variable. Create a variable. You guess, because you have in 7th line guess initial, you have initialized the guess value as 0. So same variable you take in 10th line. So whatever user enters, that guess number will be stored in guess variable. Guess is a variable. Then after, but this guess variable, that is to be part of your while loop. Let us check what happens. Then you need to write if condition, but if that is to be part of your while loop, inside of while loop, but I am writing outside of the loop and I will correct then. Okay, if condition, what condition? If guess is greater than rand, randomly generated number, then print. Now print, that must be inside of your if loop, indentation to be given. String in single quotation marks, guess number is greater than rand. If guess number less than rand, so print inside of if print string guess number is less than rand. Okay. Else means first condition, if guess first condition is correct, so the 12th line printout will be printed. If first condition is not correct, next condition will be checked, elif condition. If 13th line elif condition will be right, if it is right, 13th line elif condition is right, so 14th line print statement will be printed. But we have mistake, print, this is the print we need to write. Okay, so if elif condition is not okay, now else statement will be okay, printed. Print correct, your guess number is correct. Correct means you can write your guess number is correct. Okay, now write. So then what happened, as I told you that it gives error like this because indentation error, expected an indented black after while statement. Once you have started your while loop, then after indentation is required. This is called indentation error. Expected an indented block after while statement on line 9. So as you have started in while loop in 9th line, then in 10th line indentation is required. So one tab, 4 spaces. Now run this. Enter guess number 5. See, enter guess number. But it is not printing the statements. So whatever the number you are entering, the guess number, but it is not comparing with the random number because you have written the if statement outside of the while loop. So this is called if in 11th line, 13th line, 15th line, if else you have written outside of the loop. So that's why you are getting this type of what, enter guess number 7, enter. Again it is asking enter guess number 9, 2 times, only 2 times loop rotated. Okay, if you want to see, give one tab, so then you will get this enter guess number 2 times. Now continuously it is asking enter number, but your statements, if else statements are not being checked. Why? Because you have written if else outside of the while loop. Give a tab, 4 spaces. Now all your if statement, they are part of while loop, inside of while loop. So now while loop, what happened, until the guess number is not equal to rand, it continuously run. Whenever guess equal to rand, loop will be terminated. Now run. Print guess number greater than, indentation error, expected an indented block after if statement. After if statement on line 11, one indentation must be given. If statement is part of your while loop, but 12th line print, that must be part of if. statement. So one tab, 4 spaces. Again, in 14th line, print statement, part of your elif statement, one tab, 4 spaces, indentation. Else, 16th line print statement, part of your else block. Now we have given the indentation for all if, elif, else. Now run this code. Enter your guess number 6. Guess number is less than rand. Your number 6 is less than rand. Okay, means your rand number is bigger than guess number. 6 is what your guess number. So your randomly generated number greater than guess. So if you give 10 number, enter. Guess number is less than rand. Again you have guessed 10. Still it is less than rand. So if we go 15, so guess number is greater than rand. Guess number 15, it is greater than rand, means now your guess number in between 10 to 15, 10 to 15, 13. Guess number is less than rand. So 13 next 14. Your guess number is correct. Understood that? So this is a program we can write to guess a number like a game every time. Okay. Again, if you run this, enter guess number, means one random number generated by that function, randint function of module of random. Now that is stored in rand variable. Now you need to guess that number. 8. Guess number is less than rand. So we need to give 7. Guess number is less than rand. Guess number is less than rand. So less than rand. So we need to give more number, 16. Your guess is, number is correct. 16 is correct. Okay. So